Good morning, YouTube. Man, it's a good day. Got a good night's sleep last night, I ran pretty hard the day before, and I had a few issues. I ran all day to get to Shelby, Iowa. Going from Missouri into Nebraska, dropping my load in Nebraska, and then headed to Shelby, Iowa, just to find out that my load wasn't ready. I had drive time left, enough drive time to get to the destination, but and just barely enough drive time to get to the destination. But the load wasn't ready, so I ended up sitting in Shelby for quite some time. The problem was I wasn't really tired, so I couldn't get any sleep, I got about an hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep, something like that, and the heat woke me up. Not the heat from outside, it was actually 60-something degrees outside. I had my bunk heater, my S-bar heater, turned up too high, and it was a freaking sauna up in here. So I woke up, and once I woke up, I was done for. I just couldn't go back to sleep again. So I got the call around 1 o'clock in the morning telling me that my load was ready, and technically I wasn't supposed to pick it up until like 11 o'clock in the morning, but I went ahead and I went and picked it up, and I had already done a 10-hour break. I got there at like 2 o'clock, and so at midnight my 10-hour break was up, and I'd only had about 2.5 hours of sleep, but I only had 6 hours to go to get to my destination. So I went ahead and I rolled that in, and dropped it off, and then I got this load to come to Effingham and pick up in Effingham and take it to Palestine, Texas. All right. Oh, it's so awesome. Dude, and all the time I've been driving here, and of course, I'm still a rookie. I ain't been driving for a long time, but all the time I've been here with Millis, I've never gotten a load going to Texas unless it was going in on home time. So I live in Fort Worth, which is just west of Fort Worth, which is kind of the central hub for everything going in and out of Texas. Pretty much anything that goes in and out of Texas that we deliver is going to go through Fort Worth. So I'm going to be able to come into Texas. My wife's going to come out and meet me. We're going to spend a little bit of time together, go out to eat. I get to see the boys, that's awesome. And then I'm going to head on down to Palestine. They may come down to Palestine to see me. I haven't really worked out the schedule yet. I'll get to the scheduling here in just a minute. So anyway, after I drop off in Palestine, at the distribution center in Palestine, then I'm going to head to Waco. I'm going to pick up in Waco. My sister lives in Waco, so I'm going to contact my sister and let her know that I'm coming to Waco. Maybe I can see her and my brother-in-law while I'm there. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time sitting around in Waco. I still got to make that money, So, if they can't run out and have lunch with me real quick, then I'm not going to sweat it. After I pick up in Waco, I got to run that to Georgia and deliver in Georgia, and then from Georgia, who knows? But it's a really good run. I'm pre-planned, which I like, because now that I'm pre-planned, I know that I can sit down and I can work out the whole details of everything. So I'm picking up here. This load isn't due to be picked up until 10 o'clock this morning. However, 11 o'clock this morning. However, I got here last night. So let me back up a little bit. I went to Shelby, Iowa to drop that load at Menards in Shelby. They took 5.5 hours to unload me. Oh my God. They would hit my truck, take a pallet out, and then it'd be 45 minutes later before they'd hit the truck again to get another pallet. It was just ridiculous, And it's 2 hours and 15 minutes or so from here, I was planning on getting that unloaded because I had plenty of drive time left when I got there. So I was planning on getting that unloaded and then driving here and then sitting here until the night because I knew that they weren't going to be ready that early. But that didn't work out, so I ended up doing 5.5 hours on break sitting in the dock, and then I ran out of drive time because my 14-hour clock ran out. So I did another 4.5 hours sitting in the front parking lot until my 10 hours was up. I gained enough drive time back, I gained a full day of drive time back to drive all the way here. So I got here at about 10 o'clock last night, and I signed in. Because I got here early, they went ahead and put a rush on my trailer. So they're actually loading this trailer right now. They're going to call me when they're ready with it, then I'm going to hook up and roll out. So Texas, my destination in Palestine, is roughly 12.5 hours from here. Okay, give or take. That's going to be. When I give a time frame and I say, I'm 12 hours and 15 minutes away, that's a rough estimate based upon the calculations given by the GPS once I've programmed everything in. And that's subject to change. I've talked about this before. The GPS calculates everything by posted speed limits. So if speed limit's 70 miles an hour and your truck will only go 62, 66 miles an hour, well, obviously you're not going to get there as fast as the GPS says you're going to get there, because you can't drive as fast as the GPS is assuming that you can drive. So I'm not, I've got to take that into consideration, that there's going to be some speed limit areas that I'm not going to be able to match. Also, there is construction areas that the GPS doesn't have figured in, because a lot of times it'll show construction zones. Especially my particular GPS, it'll show congested traffic and it'll show work zones, but it doesn't have the work zone speed limits figured in. So you'll go through a work zone that has a 55 mile an hour speed limit, and the speed limit's 65. So you're losing a little bit of time there, and it's not really, it doesn't really amount to much more than losing a few minutes, This driver here needs to know where he's got to go. What you're going to want to do is go down the side of this building. So back up and run down the side of this building. It's one way all the way around. So you go back down the side of the building, hang a right, and then find an empty spot about midway down that line, midway to 3/4 of the way down that line, and park. There'll be some cones set up next to the building for some straight lanes that are reserved for putting tags on and checking trailers. Right there's a door for driver's entrance. Go in there and they'll check you in. All right, no problem, man. So anyway, you heard all that, which will answer some of this that I was fixing to tell you here. So anyway, that's what it was. So I got here, I checked in, I went in, and then I went on another 10-hour break. So now I'm here, all right. And this guy that I talked to is going around the backside. Okay, so you come in off the street entrance. I got this purple line that the sun does to my camera. I'm not sure why. Anyway, you come in the street entrance. I came in from the left-hand side, so I made a right-hand turn into here. And then you come over here and all the way down the side of this building. As I explained to that other driver, while I'm telling you this, I'm gonna kind of pan this around and see if I can keep this up so I can get that light off of there. As I told that other driver, you circle around, you follow, you park, you go in, you check in. They'll tell you what to do. They've got docks in the back, they've got docks in the front. These have plenty of room up in here. So you do not connect to the trailers here. When you get in here and you get parked, you don't connect to your trailer until they tell you that your trailer's ready. And here, where if you bring a trailer and you put it up into the dock to get loaded, which usually doesn't happen, it's pretty much drop and hook, then you also don't. I'm gonna be here while I turn that off. You also don't hook up to or leave your trailer hooked up. You go ahead and disconnect from your trailer, get out from underneath of it. That's just the way they roll here. It's for the safety of the people loading the vehicles, and apparently they've had some bad things happen here before. So, all right, so that's the update. So now I'm gonna roll out of here, and then I've got a fuel stop scheduled in about an hour and a half, and I'm gonna go get fueled up, and then I'm gonna roll this all the way out. So I'm gonna try to drive as close to the 11 hours today as I can. I'm gonna get as close to my destination today as I can get. If I can get to the Burleson terminal, which is a possibility, then I'm gonna go ahead and no, I'm not gonna do that. Let me rethink that, because the Burleson terminal is on I-35 and I'm going down I-45. Okay, so that's definitely gonna change that. Alright, so we'll forget that. This is another one of those addresses that does not exist on the GPS. The GPS can't pick it up, the destination address. So I had to follow the Qualcomm instructions to locate where it was at. And the Qualcomm instructions were off. Yeah, he said if you're going south, the Qualcomm instructions say if you're going south on I-45. Let me pull these up. Alright.
Home. Messaging.
Hold these instructions.
Messaging.
And I'll show you. Alright. Directions to. Alright. Take I-45 south out of Dallas. And I want you to listen and think about this as if you were looking at a map. Take I-45 south out of Dallas to exit 194, which is Highway 84. Turn right, which is east on Highway 84. Alright, there's your problem right there. Alright, and so now you can't always trust the GPS, because your GPS doesn't always take you the correct way, so you've got to double check your route. You also can't always trust these damn Qualcomm instructions. Okay, now I'm going to take a picture of this. Alright, let's see, so you can read that. See, I'm not making this shit up. Alright. So you saw it. You go south, okay? Follow this. You go south on I-45. You take a right, which is east. There's your problem. If you're going south and you take a right, you're not headed east, you're headed west. Problem is, you need to head east. So you need to take a left so that you can head east instead of taking a right and head west. So these Qualcomm instructions will have you going the opposite direction. And that's what had me so screwed up. I sat there and spent, a good 30 minutes last night trying to track these directions, and I couldn't find the destination. And so I ended up having to bring up my tablet, pull up Google Earth, put the address into Google Earth, which brought it up, and then that's when I realized that I wasn't reading the instructions close enough, and that instead of going left, east, I was going right, which was not east. So once I got that straightened out on Google Earth, I was able to go back to my GPS and find the location and mark it. And then create a custom route backwards going to my starting destination, which is here. All right, so I'm going to notify dispatch on this, and hopefully they can get that fixed. Excuse me. Anyway, until then, I'm just sitting here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off here in just a second. And I'm going to give the wife a call, and I'm going to give dispatch a holler and send a message in on this Qualcomm instructions. And until then, man, y'all take care. A couple shout outs. Alright, I got a couple guys that have been following me that are going into Millis School. You guys, man, Casey and William, which is Cherubin. And you guys, man, y'all are the future of trucking, and it's not going to be easy. So I just want to encourage you guys, man, to keep doing what you're doing and keep pushing forward, man. Y'all are entering into an awesome career, and don't let the negative stuff associated with it, bring you down. Don't let people bring you down. Dude, stay focused, stay positive, stay motivated, and stick with it. All right. Also, there's a guy. I think he's out of New York. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But anyway, I think he's out of New York. His name, he goes by Mr. Sinister on here on YouTube. If you haven't checked out his videos, man, check him out. He's got a unique way of approaching his stuff. The dude's great. He's an awesome motivator. He doesn't have hardly anything negative to say about anything. Everything is positive. Everything is moving forward. Everything is, showing that you can do these things, I've been following him for a while. I've been watching his videos for a while. There was a few times when I was kind of down and out, and I'd go watch his videos and I'd get all pumped back up again, man, because he's a motivator, man. I mean, he's a good dude, he doesn't make any excuses, he doesn't sugarcoat anything, he tells you the way it is. He understands about people bringing you down, about people telling you not to do things, about people telling you can't do things, and he tells them, that they can do that, He's all about staying positive and making the best out of the job. He runs hard. He runs, he's dedicated to whatever company he's working for. Right now he's with Night Transport. He's loving it. And, I just want to give him a shout out. I'm going to put his link in my information, so go check him out, check out his videos, subscribe to me, subscribe to him. He runs a page on Facebook called Team RG, Ruthless Grind Team RG. So shout out to all those guys. Hey, y'all keep it getting out there and running this thing. I'm gonna push it hard today and try to get this thing into Texas as close to my destination as I can. And until then, man, y'all take care. Last shout outs go to the wife. Love you, babe. Can't wait to be there, see you, have dinner, spend a little bit of time together before I got to hit the road again. I'll get, as convenient as possible to the house, and I'll be able to let you know. Well, by the time you see the video, you'll have already known, since I can't upload the videos till I get home anyway. All right, and to the boys, Andrew, boy, you're doing good. I'm proud of you. Keep doing good. Yeah, you've made a few mistakes. You've had a couple little setbacks, but what we're going to concentrate on is you doing good. You can do it. You've shown you can do it. I expect it out of you. I expect you to be good. I expect you to work hard, and this summer maybe you can come out here on the road for me. I look forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to being able to spend some time with you. Robert, good job, but boy, I'm gonna tell you, you're getting a little bit too much stuff stacked on top of you, and it's starting to show. You've missed 2 football practices. Third one, you're out. I know you don't want to get kicked out of football, so quit being that way. Don't, there's times I don't want to get up. There's times I don't want to run. There's times I just want to sleep in, I sometimes I run on only 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, but it's my job. I got to do it, and I got to get it in there. I got to get that grind in. I got to run it. I got to push it, and I feel good about doing it. So I know you're tired, boy. You got all this stuff stacked up on you. You're doing a lot of stuff. You got weightlifting, you got football, you got karate. You got all these things. And I know you're worn out, but man, you've got to get up. You've got to get up. You've got to get into school. And that low grade, the 36 I'm talking about. Well, you better get that shit straightened out. You better get that straightened out, and you better get that straightened out pretty quick. you know how we feel about those low grades, boy. This education is your future. You know, if you don't have an education, you don't have nothing. So, you know, hard work and dedication can only take you so far. You need an education, boy. Get out there and get it done. I'm proud of you. You've done an awesome job on everything that you've done. You've let a few things slip, and I got faith that you're going to get that stuff picked up. You know, if you want to come out with me this summer sometime, we'll see what we can work out. Man, I'd love to have you out here. You know I like spending time with you. All right, and we'll let it go at that. All right, y'all take care. Sinister, boys, Amber, Team RG, Ruthless Grind, all my Millis drivers out there, Millis students, any other followers that I got, you know, or people that have subscribed, man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. You know, love the family a little bit more than the rest of you, but, you know, I love all y'all, man, and I appreciate you supporting me. You know, share my stuff, tell people about it. You know, you see somebody that's into trucking, tell them about my videos, man. Take them there, show them, you know, hook them up. You know, let people know, man. I'd like to get out there to folks, you know. I mean, I don't have a lot of subscribers right now. I'm still building that up, you know, but y'all help me out, man. And until then, take care, and peace out.